What's going on, everybody? So last night was pretty interesting. We had, or should I say, this morning was pretty interesting. We actually had that formation set up for EU, and during New York, it shot up, and eventually it would have hit take profit for most of you that actually took it. But then FOMC, not FOMC, Chairman Powell spoke, and that man is apparently God when it comes to the markets, and he says a word, and all these things happen, which is bullshit. But regardless, it ended up shooting down. I had some trades in on a couple of pairs. I got stopped down, then I re-entered, made all the money back, and some on the initial drop back down. So what we're looking at is Euro USD, and I think, I mean, it's getting set for a range, right? So it hit that high, it hit that psychological resistance zone from the beginning of the week, and then tanked, but it didn't take out the low yet. So what we could be seeing is either a pushback up towards the psychological zone or a pullback high for it to continue a potential drop back down. And I've looked at all the other pairs, and all the pairs are saying that the dollar is going to increase essentially, and that this is going to drop. But it's going to be interesting because it doesn't look the best, right? Usually I find ones that look the best, but this one's hitting EMAs, it's hitting lows, it's not breaking any structures for me to be like, oh yeah, this is totally going to go up or this is going to totally go down. This is filling the gap, but it can go all the way back up and just consolidate out for the week. It doesn't have to do what all the other ones are telling me. So at the moment, Euro USD is not my favorite pair to be trading right now. There is other ones. So let's go to GBP USD. This one, on the other hand, is showing complete signs of it continuing. And what I see happening overall from the overall analysis I did was that we want to see it push up and then potentially back down. But you got to be careful because at 1 o'clock in the morning, I believe it's at 1 o'clock. It might, yeah, 1 o'clock Central Time. There is a shit ton of GBP news. And I want to show you guys that real quick right here. So it starts at 1. Look at it. And it drops. High news, low, high, low, 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 medium, medium, low, 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 medium, high, high, like low. Like, so obviously there's some shit going on with the pound, and that is going to make this thing move like crazy. So my thing is don't touch it, or at least if you are going to touch it, wait for it to go up first because I think it's going to stop on high and then we're going to see a big shot down. My thought at the moment, I could be wrong, but I ultimately am seeing this. So this is what I want to see. If it goes up, that's great. Then I'll be able to know what it's going to do later. But this is going to be done at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to be awake. So whatever happens by that time, if they're still set up their New York session, then fuck it. I'll take it wherever it leads. But ideally, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So let's go to USD JPY. This pair did exactly what we wanted to do. It dropped down, didn't go all the way down, but it ended up shooting back up again towards the high overall, which is what we were looking for. Um, and there was one case where we actually had it potentially going down. I said it could do two things. Either it's going to go down and up, and it actually hit that take profit zone, or I'm sorry, not down and up, but up and then down, which you could have took the sell on. There's a mini head and shoulders on a 5 minute chart, and you could have took that. But now it's continuing up, and I do believe we are going to see it continue further up. There is no divergence. There is some on the 15 minute, but that's just pullback divergence, and we're either going to see it hit the EMA and consolidate off of it. Jesus. Hit the EMA, consolidate off of it, and continue, or we're going to see it drop down to these demand zones. It's not written out. I mean, you have a demand zone by this green line, which is great, but there are other ones that are not drawn on here, which are previous accumulation zone from yesterday's movement. So I think we're going to see it drop into one of these three zones here. And once it hits one of those three zones and does the formation, we'll see it continue up into this zone, which is the high from October 31st, right? So that was the high that price immediately reversed on. That's what I think. I think you guys are going to be more favorable for the USD JPY, like the USD pairs that are the main currency, and then the secondary currency is JPY. So like USD JPY, USD cheap, USD CAD, they're all bullish. So look for those things to continue, and you guys should do pretty well tonight. Just be careful of the news or any crazy moves that are going on during New York and London. And let's kill the rest of the week. You guys have a great night, and I will talk to you next week. Peace out.